What's up, everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're looking to get your music reviewed, you can hit up this email that's right here. But today I'm going to hit you up with my thoughts and opinions on this Gil Thompson album called Now I Know. Gil Thompson is a rapper who's coming out of Allentown, Pennsylvania, and if you want to find out more about him, you can just check the information box underneath this video where I got all kinds of links. Now, you might recognize his name because I have reviewed some of his music in the past, including the album called Gods at War. I really like this one because of the epic orchestral production as well as the way that he was flowing in an aggressive rap style, and even though his next album, Breaking Down Barriers, was a bit of a step back from Gods at War, he still had the bars and content to keep it from being a bad album. That said, I was very curious to see which direction he'd be going with this next record, and I can say that this is easily some of his best work because it's very balanced and he does show off quite a bit of versatility. But what really sticks out to me the most about this would be the content and the concepts, because Gil is showing you, just giving you an open look into his life. He's really showing you who he is and some of the things he's been through, which will help you connect with him. So on the song What You Wanted, we get a standout track where he addresses the absence of his father and how it affected him as a young man growing up in the projects, and I really like the way that he approached this track. What he does here is he brings up how he had made some music for his mom before and his father was asking where his song was, so then he said, here's a song that you're gonna get. It's sort of a bittersweet track in that sense, since he is calling out his dad for not being the best father and some of the issues that he caused him. But hey, he did get the song, so this is a perfect example of being careful what you ask for, because sometimes you might get it. This is just a very dope track and a very cool concept. Now, this track does hit extra hard as it follows up the dedication to his mother called I Got It, where he's just showing some love and admiration to his mom for being there for him and being as strong as she was without the father being around. This is a very real track, and I like how it comes full circle because he actually has one of his kids singing the hook on the end. This is a track that deals with not only the love and admiration he has for his mother, but also how he's learned so much from her about how it is to be a parent, because now that he's got kids, everything has come full circle and he's really gotten this understanding about what it was that she went through. Thought that was a great track, and anyone who's a parent will certainly be able to relate to it. You also get some very cool G-Funk production on this one. So one of the things about this project is that the production is definitely a step up from his last one. I would still say the beats are a little bit generic and typical in spots. Like, there weren't a lot of beats on this that really blew me away or had much of a unique sound, but they're still pretty good. I gotta shout out Preparation is the Key and What You Stand For on that front, because these are just two epic orchestral bangers, kind of like the production he had on Gods at War. And these tracks are just all about that inspiration, man. Just staying true to yourself, working hard, keeping prepared, and those sorts of things. I just really like how Gil is coming through with this variety of content because, again, like I said earlier, he's getting personal and showing you who he is. He's hitting you with that open, relatable stuff so that you can see him as a person, and then he's also just giving you some inspiration to keep you inspired and keep your head on straight. Really is just a positive project overall, and I do appreciate that. Even on the title track, he's dropping a little bit of knowledge and wisdom as well. This one, obviously it's a title called Now I Know, has him speaking on the importance of leaving a legacy and just having a positive influence on people. He goes as far as using some people that he knows as an example. He inspired someone to lose weight before with his music and has also inspired other people to rap. So this comes full circle too, man. It's a very cool track. He's positive, he's inspiring people, and speaking to you about how he's been empowered by inspiring people as well. I really do appreciate these things about Gil, so there's a lot to praise here. I can also shout out the track called Shift Differential, where we get this banger and a great charismatic feature from Naughty Nuisance. There are just lots of little things here that I like, but unfortunately, this ain't a perfect album. Just like most albums aren't perfect, this one certainly has some little gripes to it. So the main issue I had here is that it does get a little bit fillerish in spots, and there are moments in this album where you get a bit of a lull. It does start off strong, then on the end it kind of tapers off, and in the middle it's kind of bunched up. So I'll just give you a couple of examples of songs I thought were kind of fillerish and didn't bring too much to this project. You get the sexual R&B jam, I Want to Take You, Going All Out, which was probably the most forgettable track on the whole album, and then with Make It Through, we're just getting a bit of that cheesy pop rap vibe. These aren't all-out garbage tracks, but when you look at these other tracks that have great content and better production, these ones really pale in comparison, and it does hurt the album a bit when you have a handful of these songs on there. I've also got to say that, again, as much as the production is pretty dope, it doesn't stick out in a whole lot of spots, so, you know, it's better than last time, but I still think there could be some better production. And also, I just feel like his voice isn't very hard-hitting. There's not a whole lot of personality and charisma in his voice. You'll especially notice this when you compare him to some of the features on here who bring just much more in the way of charisma. They just stick out a lot the way that they're rapping. So these are some things I think Gil can really work on if he wants to take his music to the next level. He has the rapping and the flows down because he's got a lot of different styles. He even works some rapid flows throughout this project. And he certainly has the content, which I've already praised a bunch in this review. I just feel like overall he needs to have more of a unique, hard-hitting sound that sets him apart. This is a really good album that I am going to give a 3.5 out of 5, but what keeps it from a 4 is that there's not a lot that's really wanting me to come back to it too much. I really enjoyed the listen. There are some great moments on here which I've already discussed, but just having a little bit more uniqueness would really make it stick out. He's certainly unique with his content because he's telling his story as only he can, but I really feel like sonically this one can be kind of bland in spots. So you know what? That's just my opinion. I did give this one a 3.5 out of 5, just like I gave Gods at War a 3.5 out of 5, but this one is a little bit stronger than that. You know what I mean? I don't do 3.75s. If I did, that's probably what I give this one. So this is just a very strong 3.5, and I already mentioned some of the things that would help him get up to a 4 and higher. But that's just my opinion, man. You guys check it out for yourself. It's a pretty solid project that I can see making my indie top 10 list. So let me know what you think once you listen to it, man. There's a lot of good things happening here. As usual, you want to hit me up on all my social media sites as well so you can show me love and show me lots of it. Thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you next time.